I'm Elisa Parker. We're broadcasting from the 21st Annual Wild and Scenic Film Festival. And I've been connecting with so many incredible people, as you have too, just joining us here today. And we're going to be here through Sunday. And then Monday, there's also the highlight favorite screenings that happen. It's a big local favorite event. I'm excited to introduce our next guest, Malia Byrtus, and her film is called Path of the Panther. And we just got to chat a little bit off camera, and you have an incredible story. So I'm so glad, Malia, you can join us here, and welcome to Wild and Scenic.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here with so many other amazing, talented filmmakers sharing diverse stories. So I'm excited to be here.
And this is your first time at Wild and Scenic?
Yes.
Okay. So there's so many things I want to talk to you about. First of all, let's talk about your passion and interest in the movie. You had been living in Florida, and the panther population, unlike most populations of other wildlife, is actually expanding.
Yes. So I'm originally from Florida and joined this project in 2019. And we began camera trapping Florida panthers because there are less than 200 of them in the wild right now. And the camera traps are really the only way to document this elusive animal. But like you were saying, they're the only big cat left in the world that's currently expanding its range. And that is largely due to the Florida Wildlife Corridor.
That's amazing that that's happened. And you said it can be disheartening too when you keep seeing new subdivisions popping up, and that obviously has impacted them.
Yes, so for the duration of this project, I was based actually in Naples, Florida. And a lot of my field sites were located roughly 20 to 30 minutes outside of a huge suburban environment. But just outside those suburbs, we have Florida panthers, Florida black bears, these amazing swamps that are just filled with life that so many people aren't aware of.
I didn't know when we were talking about, it's like there's panthers in Florida.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't aware. And so when I would have to drive to a lot of these field sites, I would be passing new parcels of land that were disappearing right before my eyes. So it kind of kept me motivated to keep working on this project and show the nature that was still actually left.
Can you describe, like, especially the panther's one of those like elusive cats, and what is it that you love most about the panther? Like when you're describing the element of this majestic cat to people.
That's a really good question. I think they're very unique when compared to the other puma across the country. The Florida panther is the last panther east of the Mississippi, and it's been secluded down into this patch of southwest Florida in the Everglades, and that's where it's surviving. And so for me, what's really unique about the Florida panther is it's a cat surviving in a watery world.
Right.
They are navigating all these different challenges, hurricanes, new suburban developments, vehicle strikes, and also they have such vast territories that even males will fight each other for territory too.
Wow, that's amazing. And your part with this film also includes, like a lot of films have now, is a social impact component. So what does that look like? So
right now, a big win for this project was in 2021 we actually got the Florida Wildlife Corridor Act passed, which was a unanimous bipartisan effort, and that secured 18 million acres of public and private lands all interconnected that allow animals like the panther and the black bear to navigate as they should. But right now that the film's out, we are trying to get it in front of as many people as possible. So right now we are actually planning a full theatrical tour across Florida.
A theatrical tour?
Yes. So the film's going to be screened in over 40 theaters across the state, starting next week.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're going to be traveling around?
Yes, I actually leave.
Are you going to be in your van? So you traveled around in your van for like 6 months?
Yes.
With your partner?
Yes. After the field work wrapped for this project, my husband and I built out a old 1994 Dodge camper van and have been traveling the country for about 6 months now, and we've landed in Northern California actually and haven't left yet because we love it so much.
That's great. And so you're going to be taking that and traveling around.
Yep.
For the theatrical tour. That's amazing. What are some of your upcoming projects that you have? Or are you still focused on this one then?
Still
'Cause you have
focused
the
on this
tour.
one, yes. Just after the theatrical tour, we're going to be working on a educational curriculum actually, and getting this information out to middle schoolers, which is going to be a big project that I'm excited about.
Okay, that's amazing. You mentioned too, just being here, even in Nevada City. We might get her to move to Nevada City, but you were saying there's a lot of people who are capturing their own like mountain lion cams and stuff here.
Yes, so that's actually been the coolest thing about being at this festival is I've already had so many local people coming up to me and showing images of cougars in their backyards and all these really interesting trail cam footage of local cougars. And to me, that's really fascinating how Californians are connecting with the story of the Florida panther and bridging those gaps of wildlife corridors and making space for these animals.
It shows how we're all connected in this. It really does. Right now you're in the Shasta area. You mentioned one of your goals is to climb Mount Shasta.
Yes.
Have you done mountaineering before?
I have not. Coming from Florida, it's a whole different world.
That's true. There is no big volcanoes
Nope.
like that.
It's about as flat as you can get.
When you talk about educating, especially for the middle schoolers, what do you want them to know? I mean, obviously it's knowing about the panther, but is a lot of this and the solutions is what makes it tangible for us to feel like we can help or do something in addition to having awareness around that. So what is your messaging around that? What do you want us to
For
be
me
able to do to
personally,
support?
I think I just want, and not just younger people, but anyone of any age, to fall in love with the places that they depend on and kind of use their own skill set to protect these places and join the conversation. But one of the big concepts in this film is the concept of hidden wild, like we were talking about before. A lot of these places in Florida get a bad reputation. The Everglades, a lot of people will think is just a dirty old swamp. But I would love for people to just get out and explore these places and fall in love with it as I did.
Well, Malia, it was so great to meet you, and thank you so much for being part of Wild and Scenic for the first time. And what would be your message as being a woman involved in filmmaking and impact campaigns? What would be your message to other women around the world?
I would love to see more female camera trappers. I've only met a handful at these festivals, and I would just love to see more females taking on a role in the field and camera trapping. I would love to see that.
That's great. Path of the Panther is the name of the film. When is it screening?
Tonight at 5.
Okay, tonight at 5. Thanks so much, Malia. It was really a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so
Getting
much
to
for
know
having
more,
me.
and let us know if you end up in Nevada City.
Yes, I will.
As well. I'm Elisa Parker, and we will be sharing more stories, extraordinary stories like Malia's here, and other films that are tied to community and unity and making a difference and having solutions. And I always like to say, go and do. So figure out what inspires you and go and do it. Align it with your passion. It could be doing what do you call it? Capturing the photos of the cats.
Camera trapping.
Camera trapping. There we go. All right. We'll be right back. Thanks, Malia.
Thank you.